submit to you, we make the Declaration of Independence, Statement of Truth, Black Power, that no people in this country gave up free labor. They never lost their history. They never lost their culture. They never lost their language. Their families was not torn asunder. That accrued to black folk. Now, if you choose to work...
And excuse me. I don't believe they were considered not quite human.
3/5 of a man. That's an animal status.
3/5 of a man. That's what they...
They say that's what black folks was all about. You see what I mean? And that he did... Listen, women's suffrage came into being in the 1920s. That is to say, the white woman, his woman, had to picket him for some semblance of understanding as to her plight as a female. If he didn't think too much about his own woman, how is it that today, after the black woman had been put on a tree, her legs turned up when she was impregnated by a black man, and this white man cut her stomach open, and the babies fall to the ground, and all black folks around the area looked and watched this spectacle. Today, our daughters are telling us that she's in love with this beast. And you get angry and say that I am talking angry or I'm preaching hate when that happened to these people. That's an accumulation of situations involving black folks. This white man tells us this is his country by form of his Constitution. And in it, he says the original intent was for white Europeans. Black folks was 3/5 of an animal. They weren't anything. They had nothing to do with the construction of the Constitution. And I don't think that if you study the record, you will find any black man signing the Declaration of Independence or the ratification of the Constitution. The original intent, as it was set down then, it means now. And that's why it's easy for a Caucasian to go to school and study about his history and get mad at you when you finally peek under that piece of paper and find you. And then say, look, I'm going to stand as a man, and I choose to act as a man. And I don't want you to give me anything, but the records state that I want compounded interest from 1863 in terms of all that free labor. And to show you the principle of it, some time back, I had occasion where my oldest son went into the internet and found out that there was our father who had left little monies up there in Sacramento that we didn't know nothing about. And all we had to do was to present ourselves and document who we were in his relation to him, and that was ours. It's called an inheritance, right?
Right.
Well, that's exactly what we did. Okay? The money was an insurance, but you had the banks could only hold on to the money for so long. Okay? That meant it would accrue interest. Mm-hmm. In certain states, that situation still exists. So the black man must go back into his history and find out what was his condition when the country was set up. What was the condition when the Constitution was ratified? And for whom was it ratified? And when he finds that out, all that free labor, which somebody had to inherit it,
that's right.
If heaven forbid I should drop dead today or tomorrow, everything that I have worked for should accrue to my family.
You're right. Now, hold your thought. But there
are not giving me nothing.
There are a lot of Caucasian people that say, "Why should I be prosecuted for what my parents did or what my grandparents did? Why are they blaming me? Because you inherited the wealth.
You inherited everything that makes this country what it is. And without that free labor, you wouldn't have your banks. You wouldn't have your institutions of higher learning. You wouldn't have any semblance of the conditions that you live in today.
That's right.
So you have to go back to the root of it and bring it on up to today, and then take it into not only the Constitution, but take it into the book. We watch Clinton every Sunday come out to church with his little black book. There sits Hillary and his daughter coming out to church, dutifully saying, that's what, well, I opened the book. And having walked the King's Highway, I can tell you what's in his book. And I can tell you that when you go right back to that book of Hebrew, these white folks are no more the original Israelites and the man on the moon. And the book of Revelation means to reveal. And we putting the spotlight on them.
That's right. Hold your thought.
All right, I'm going to do it now.
I'll be right back. Be right back.
All right.